How's it going, folks? I'm Mike with Drone Deer Recovery. We have to make this video. Top 10 moments of drone deer recovery in 2022-23 season. It was wild. Yeah! Come on! Yeah! You got him! Yeah! I say that a lot in the video. It's gonna be wild. We got some wild stuff coming up, folks. I'm telling you. This is gonna be wild. It's going to be nuts. And I truly mean it. It was crazy. We started it off with a 200-inch deer. Oh, yeah! Let's say the pressure was on because I did not have a ton of experience yet at this time of, looking for deer. I believed in the technology, but I just didn't have a ton of experience doing it. So we start off with a 200-inch deer. We start looking for it in the daytime. Not good thermals. I tell them we have to come back at night or the sun goes down so we can have good thermals and find it. You know what? We were able to find that big 200-inch deer for them. There he is.
Hey, there he is.
Hey!
Oh! I see him.
Yeah!
That is a deer. Are you serious? It has ended, boys.
You
did? Whoa!
Yeah, he came home.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep, I appreciate it. Super jacked. Same night, we get a call to go look for a 170-inch deer.
Fun night.
Oh, dude.
Is that going to be our fella?
There he is, boys.
You got him.
You were.
Is he dead?
Oh yeah, he's flat.
You freaking got him.
Yeah!
Dude, let's go get him.
Get him, boy.
We see the deer on here and he's laying flat. He's completely dead, so we're gonna go get him.
Wow. Woo! It was a crazy, crazy night.
Drone is freaking badass, man.
Yeah.
Oh, holy smoke.
That's a nice deer. How many points you got there? Count them up.
I got 15 without that one.
Nice.
Woo! Let's go.
Yeah.
Skip.
We were able to find that big 170-inch deer for them as well. Another call I got was from my cousin. It's actually my cousin. He hit a buck tonight. He had hit a buck that he was wanting to try to harvest. He did not call me the first night that he hit him, ended up tracking him and then busting him out of the big, thick bedding area that he was in. 11 days later, he hit another buck and he asked me if I would come out and try to locate his deer for him. This is the second buck already that he's hit, so I offered to come out and help him. In doing so, I was actually able to find his original buck that he hit 11 days before in this thick stuff where he thought that the buck had possibly died.
Whew, that's a nice deer.
Serious.
You see how he's wagging? Oh, yeah, you hit him.
I hit him.
I was able to give him that data and he was like, oh my gosh, the buck that I originally, had hit is still alive. And so he was really excited.
Look at that deer.
We found out that the buck that he hired me out to locate was hit low.
He's not even using his shoulder.
Dude, now I'm looking at his leg.
And survived, and we weren't able to find that one, but we did find his buck. He's out there. Don't think he's hurt enough to where he's gonna die. Originally, his original hit buck, we were able to locate. Super exciting. It was just getting fired up. Another exciting one for me was I was able to help this older gentleman recover.
Where did he go?
Where did you find him?
His biggest buck he's ever shot. On the farm that he grew up on, I think it was like 3 generations this farm has been owned. Basically, the story goes, he hits a buck, they start tracking it, night falls, starts raining, they lose blood. The son tells the father that let's wrap it up for the night and we'll come back in the morning. Well, they go back in the house, the son goes home, mom and dad decide, you know what, we can't not go look for this deer. They get on their 4-wheeler and they go out back into the timber again looking for this deer.
We won't do that again. Wow.
And in doing so, they get too close to the bank of a creek.
So right here is where they went overboard. And I believe that might be, that might be the cabin out. Yeah, here's where they rolled over. He got up.
That's where I ended at, in the creek. I lost my hat, my glasses, and my headlamp.
Somehow got the four-wheeler upright, drove it back about 30 yards, couldn't go anymore, so they limped up all the way to the vehicle.
And actually rolled a four-wheeler into the creek. It rolls on top of him.
I'm lucky I'm out here.
Yeah. Ends up in the hospital, broke his collarbone, not in good shape. They did not find the deer. Well, the son was like, I have to find this buck for my dad. He hired in a dog, but the dog did not find the carcass. He called drone deer recovery. I was able to come out there, and within about a minute, I was able to locate the carcass of this gentleman's biggest buck that he's ever killed.
That's probably him. No kidding.
That was a quick search.
Super exciting. That was one of the coolest ones because I could help that hunter close that story. Super exciting.
Unique buck.
We would have never found it without.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Chasing the sun video. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about pressure? I was out all night long.
I'm doing tired. Been going all night.
Literally all night long looking for deer.
I got 4 hours and 20 minutes of sleep in 2 days.
I did not have a good night. I wasn't finding them. Ugh. We're headed down here to try to look for this buck for this guy. I'm tired. The sun is starting to come up. I thought we're gonna be closer to where the searching area is from where we met with the hunter. Here it ended up being a lot farther, and I'm like stressed out. I'm telling Kevin, dude, we only got a certain amount of time till this sun comes above this, the hill. And as soon as that sun shines onto the side of the hill, we're done because the thermals will just be blown out. I launched the drone, and we take the drone out to start looking into this area where he thought that the carcass might be, and I lose connection. I'm like, what the world is going on?
I lost my drone. I'm a little friggin' concerned right now. Okay, it's coming back now. That was sketchy.
Bring the drone back. We have to go all the way around. It's like 10 minutes to when the sun's gonna come up over this hill.
The deer's on the side of the hill that the sun's gonna shine on first.
Well, I launched the drone. I'm boogieing at this point, trying to quickly cover area. I can cover large amounts of ground quickly with this drone, let me tell you.
Trying to hustle here a little bit because the sun peaked the ridge.
And I was able to locate the buck with just minutes to spare.
Yep. There he is. Boom! Yeah! Dude, I was freaking pressured.
As the sun come across.
We were this close for screwing up. Look at the sun on the hillside.
That one was really cool. Hiking in there with the hunter.
Whew. Dude, that's a nice buck.
And, helping him locate that carcass was one of the coolest ones as well.
Oh yeah, he smells. That's a nice deer.
Everybody gave us crap about not having boots, sorry. I was just talking to a guy on the phone last night about our boot. Whoa! Oh no! So, buck boots, if you're gonna wanna reach out, sponsor us, we do need a pair of good boots. We did not have boots, he carried us across it. This video, I had 4 calls I had to do that morning. Started off over an hour and a half away from my house, trying to locate a carcass of a really nice 160s to 170 buck. I looked and looked. There's a power line that we were staying to the right. We were staying to the right of it. That's what the hunter wanted me to do. We were looking, searching. I was canvassing the area. I knew that we're gonna find it because the thermals were great. Finally, I told the hunter, you know what? We have to go across the power line. I feel like the deer crossed over and is on the other side of the power line. As soon as I did that, within moments, I was able to find that carcass.
Get out of here.
Really nice buck. Being able to close that story again for a hunter that would have lost the deer. He could not find it, coming in there and knocking that thing out.
That's cool. What do you think of the drone? Yeah, that's the way to go, huh?
I go straight from that call there to another one where the guy had felt like he hit it back. He tracked it for 150 to 200 yards, lost blood, could not find it. Called drone deer recovery in. I start the search. I think I looked for about a minute and I scanned the drone out and I look into the field and are you kidding me?
found him.
The carcass laying out in a big grass field. I could see it from 1,000 feet away. There it lays. He's like, no way, is that the deer? Yep.
But that took about 3 minutes.
Super easy, quick find.
That's a nice deer.
He was happy for the drone. It just all worked out.
High five.
Thank you.
Hunt for Hope video was a really cool one. I was able to help this young lady find her biggest buck that she's ever killed. Really, there was a lot of pressure on me because the guys were all excited to try to go and find this carcass, and they gave me an opportunity to come out and try to locate the carcass for him. So the sun had just gone down. The thermals were not great. What was happening is the trees were still hot, holding a lot of heat. The ground had cooled down, so a lot of stuff to differ and go through and try to see the carcass laying on the ground. We had foliage on the oak trees, kind of thick, but I was able to, with moments, seconds to spare, I was able to locate that buck down in these big old thick oak trees.
I think we might have him.
Boom, got him.
Got him.
Yes.
Got him. Yep. Head of the doornail.
You had pressure on me. I'm not gonna.
Where's you at from them?
Super excited. We were able to wrap up that hunt, and then we went on searching for more deer that night. Here's another really cool one that we did. It all just worked out. Me and Jason, we were headed to Tennessee to do some herd analysis work for a client of ours, and we're on our way down. While we're traveling, Jason's driving, I'm trying to keep up with all the Instagram messages and phone calls and text messages, and I just happened to stumble across this one that asked if we would possibly be in the Kentucky area. He asked if Drone Deer Recovery was in the area to try to locate his dog for him. And you know what? It was just working out that we were going to go through Kentucky. It was like a 2-hour divert, like we had to go 2 hours out of our way. So that's what we're doing. We're kind of detouring right now. We're gonna see if we can find his dog for him. So come along, could be interesting. Getting all kinds of different calls. I think he might think we have a truck. How you doing?
I'm better.
Yep. And we're going that direction. Right. Did you guys hear that? So we're gonna use the siren and hopefully his dog will howl and we'll find him. He has a blood tracking dog that had got loose. Basically, he was tracking through some really thick stuff, and he got stuck in some thick stuff, and he let the dog go of the leash, and by the time he got around the thick briars, the dog had bounded up over this hill and got away and lost. He is on up the hill like you said. Boom, we just found his dog.
That's better than any deer you
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Curled up right there, just laying there.
He's all wrapped up right here.
Yeah.
We're coming, buddy. Daddy's gonna cry when he gets there.
Dang, I'm glad we found him. Me too. Trust me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But it was totally worth it, because if I can find a man's best friend, their dog, then I'm gonna do it. So we went over there, we started flying. The thermals were a little screwed up, but the clouds moved in. The Lord sent us some clouds because that really helped.
Now he's barking. He's like, I'm stuck.
With being able to locate this dog. Looked for a while, but we were able to find him hung up. His leash got caught in a root of a tree, and there he was. He was basically stuck until somebody would find him or the coyotes would find him. But it was super exciting to be able to locate that tracking dog for him.
You weren't kidding, that's a big dog. Cool.
This here was our most viewed video that we have released at this time. It was the shoulder hit buck that you can see a lot of blood.
I think that's him.
Have you got just?
There he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's hurting.
Oh, is it right in the shoulder?
Oh my gosh.
A lot of you guys found us through this video. It's a A good but sad story is I was able to locate the buck for him. I went out in the morning, the sun had come up, the thermals got blown up.
Well, as you can see, the sun is pretty much completely out. The fog burned off.
I told him I can't, confidently tell you that I searched everything and can't find your buck. That we went back that evening when the sun had set, and I was able to locate this buck in some thick grass.
Look at that. There's the hole. Dude, see the hole.
Is he dead?
No, he's not dead.
With this wound on him. Unfortunately, to this day, I don't know if the deer made it or not. I know that the hunter was not able to recover the deer, but outside of that, I don't know if the buck pulled through. This video here, we are talking about when we were hired to come out.
This guy has a hit buck. The other day, his big deer showed up on camera with a big wound on the side with pus and blood coming out.
And look to see if we can find the carcass of a large buck that was being hunted down by coyotes that this customer of ours had on his camera from like 5 a.m. in the morning till like 7 a.m. The coyotes were circling this big buck.
This morning, he had the same buck show up on camera with coyotes in the same picture. The coyotes were like hunting him down, wanting to kill him.
Because he had some kind of wound on himself and he was deteriorating. So this customer hired us to come find the carcass for him because he wanted to recover this buck.
They have a big buck that's probably been killed by coyotes, and they're trying to give it the respect it deserves, and they're wanting to find it and not let the coyotes eat the whole thing.
We searched for a long, long time.
It's all right now, but searching through pines can be a challenge. Faux show. If we find coyotes, then that's probably where he'll be.
We were able to find the coyotes bedded down in the pine trees. He was convinced that he was in the pine trees. We were not able to find the carcass in the pine trees.
We found a coyote laying back in the pines, so that's not good. It means might be a dead deer back there. I don't like that we found a coyote back there. Yeah, he's laying in the pines, so we gotta look hard through those pines.
I told him we have to extend our search area and go outside of that because I feel like the coyotes are hanging out in the pine trees. The buck is outside of the pine trees.
I can promise you, like, this is how confident I am in the technology, that the buck is not in the pines right now. Not where you thought he was. But the coyotes are there because they like the cover. I think he's just on the outside edge somewhere. We've been going for like 2 hours, sunset, and we got shadows. It looks good. The buck's not in the pines, I can guarantee you that. Now we're gonna start searching the hardwood.
When I do that, I broaden my search. Sure enough, there he is. Unfortunately, he's not a carcass at this time. He is still alive.
Here's some deer. This is kind of where I was thinking he would keep himself. There he is. There he is. There he is. We found him. Boom. He's still alive, but he's dying right now. Yep. See, those coyotes are waiting just off the edge for him to die. He's still up, but he can't barely get up anymore. Like, he's not standing. He probably won't get up. That is a 200-inch deer. That is a huge buck. Do you see how wide he is?
You can see that he's struggling, and the coyotes were ready to move in on him. That buck was never recovered by our client. We found out later, a month or so later, that the neighbor had actually recovered this buck.
It looks like somebody shot him in the shoulder. See that? I think somebody shot him in the shoulder.
Long story short is originally this buck was hit in October of the hunting season by another hunter and hit him in the shoulder, and then that hunter was able to actually get the antlers. But that was a really cool story to try to put together. In this video as well, we figured out that Kevin believes that deer are mounted with the neck meat and everything. You just kind of like freeze dry it or something and stick it on your wall. Like, he totally thought that.
You don't eat the neck. The neck is mounted from the chest up.
Dude, are you kidding?
What are you saying?
No, are you, wait, let's back this up. Do you seriously think when you see a deer mount that that's the actual neck of the deer?
I mean, that's what I thought.
Oh my, you gotta turn that camera around right now.
I also was able to teach Kevin this season, you know, smelling buck rubs. Like you can tell the age of a buck by the rub of the tree. If you smell it, you can figure out how old they are. But yeah, you know what? I'm teaching Kevin the right way of how to do some of these things. I don't know if it's the right way or not, but it's gonna be fun. That was a really cool story to try to, you know, put together. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We really appreciate all the support that you guys have given Drone Deer Recovery, and it's going to be wild next season.